You walk into a store in 2026 and something feels off. The TVs look the same. The brand names haven't changed, the demo loops are still blasting color at full brightness, but the prices, they're not where they were. Since my last Best TVs video went viral, prices have changed, and some TVs that used to be smart buys are no longer worth it. So this is the updated list. Because here's what most people don't realize. TV pricing doesn't move slowly, it snaps. A model that was a no-brainer 3 months ago can quietly become a bad deal overnight, not because it got worse, but because something better got cheaper. And if you buy based on old advice in 2026, you overpay, or worse, you regret it. So today, I'm giving you the only list that matters right now. The top 5 smart TVs actually worth buying in 2026, and 2 TVs you should absolutely avoid even if the price looks tempting. This isn't about launch hype, this isn't about showroom tricks, this is about living with the TV every single day. Before we start, quick housekeeping. If this video helps you avoid a bad purchase, hit like. Subscribe for real-world TV advice that doesn't age badly. Drop a comment telling me what TV you're using right now. I read them all. You'll find product links in the description when you're ready to buy. And yes, Super Thanks is enabled if you want to support the channel directly. It genuinely helps keep these deep dive videos coming. All right, let's start at the bottom with the TVs that look good on paper and disappoint at home.
TV you must avoid number 2, LG UQ/UR series. OLED branding damage. This one hurts because it quietly damages LG's reputation. These TVs are not OLED, but the box says LG. The showroom says trusted brand, and many buyers assume they're getting that famous LG picture quality. They're not. What you're actually buying is a basic IPS or VA LCD with weak fundamentals and premium expectations it can't meet. Issues you'll notice every single day: poor contrast, grayish, washed-out blacks, HDR that looks muted instead of impactful, blooming with no real control, a flat image with zero cinematic depth. These TVs struggle where it matters most. Dark scenes lose detail, mixed lighting exposes panel weakness, highlights don't pop, movies feel lifeless. Put one next to a similarly priced TCL, Hisense, or even a discounted Samsung, and the gap is obvious. And here's the real problem. LG's own OLED discounts make these TVs completely pointless. In 2026, older LG OLEDs exist, clearance OLEDs exist, used OLEDs exist, many LED alternatives absolutely destroy these. So the question becomes simple. Why buy a compromised LCD wearing an OLED brand halo? Verdict? If it's not an LG OLED and not a higher-end QNED mini LED, skip it completely. This isn't saving money, it's paying for a logo and losing the experience.
TV you must avoid. Number 1. Samsung CU7000, CU8000 series. Looks smart, performs dumb. This one traps a lot of buyers. On the shelf, it feels premium. Samsung logo, thin design, clean Tizen interface. Everything about it suggests quality. But once you actually live with it, the cracks show fast. What goes wrong? Very low native brightness, weak contrast with no local dimming, HDR that can't hit real HDR brightness targets. Dark scenes look gray, washed, and lifeless. Motion struggles badly during sports and fast content. This TV survives store lighting. That's it. In real homes, living rooms expose its low brightness. Night scenes lose depth. Movies feel flat instead of immersive. Sports look smeary during fast camera pans. Within months, it starts feeling tired, not broken, just outdated. The biggest issue? Samsung's name is doing all the work. For what these TVs sell for in 2026, you could get brighter mini LED panels, get real contrast control,
get noticeably better motion handling, get HDR that actually looks like HDR. Instead, this gives you a logo, a thin frame, and performance that belongs in a lower price tier. Verdict? Fine as a casual background TV, news, cable, occasional Netflix. But if you care about picture quality, movies, sports, gaming, or long-term satisfaction, this is a bad buy. You're paying for branding, not performance. Now let's talk about the TVs that actually deserve your money.
Number 5. Hisense U7, U7K, U7N series. The smart value pick that still makes sense. This is where Hisense finally proves it grew up. The U7 series used to chase brightness at any cost. Numbers first, control later. That's no longer the case. In 2026, the U7 feels measured, balanced, purpose-built for real homes. It's not reckless anymore. It's intentional. What you actually get: strong mini LED brightness without crushing detail, solid HDR that keeps highlights controlled, good reflection handling for bright rooms, clean text, sharp menus, readable UI, motion that's smooth enough for sports and live TV. This TV doesn't demand perfection from your room. Daytime viewing? No problem. Streaming content? Clean, sharp, stable. Sports? Readable jerseys, controlled motion, no chaos. It doesn't require blackout curtains. It doesn't punish you for windows. It doesn't fight your lighting. And that matters more than spec sheets. Here's why it works. Hisense stopped trying to impress reviewers and started building TVs people actually live with. The U7 knows its role. It's not pretending to be OLED. It's not chasing flagship status. It's aiming for maximum consistency per dollar. At updated 2026 pricing, this is one of the safest buys when budgets are tight, prices are shifting, and bad value is everywhere. Is it perfect? No. Is it trying to be? Also no. That's exactly why it holds up over time. This is value that doesn't collapse 6 months later. Number 4. TCL QM8 High-End 6 Series. Brightness without stress. This is the point where TCL stops feeling like a budget brand and starts behaving like a serious competitor. The QM8 and TCL's higher-end 6 Series models aren't trying to be clever. They're trying to be reliable under pressure. And they succeed. What these TVs deliver: serious mini LED brightness that actually holds up in daylight. Dense local dimming zones that keep blacks under control. Excellent gaming support with HDMI 2.1 and fast response. Stable, predictable performance day after day. These TVs don't panic when conditions aren't perfect. Bright rooms? Handled. Open layouts with white walls? Still watchable. Sports marathons with score tickers and fast motion? No smear, no collapse. The real surprise: how calm these TVs feel. Menus respond instantly. Inputs register without hesitation. Apps don't stutter. Nothing feels rushed, fragile, or overpushed. That calm matters. A lot of TVs look impressive for 5 minutes in a showroom, then start feeling stressed in real homes. The QM8 doesn't do that. At updated 2026 pricing, this is where value quietly explodes. You're getting brightness that solves real room problems, performance that doesn't degrade over time, a TV you don't have to babysit. They don't win spec wars on paper. They don't chase marketing buzzwords. They win ownership. And that's why these TCLs feel far more expensive than their price tags suggest.
Number 3. Samsung QN90D. The bright room problem solver. Samsung didn't dominate retail floors by accident. The QN90D exists because most people don't live in dark, perfectly controlled rooms. They live with windows, lights, open layouts, white walls, daytime viewing. And that's exactly what this TV is built for. Where the QN90D excels, elite anti-glare coating that actually works, high sustained brightness, not just short bursts, clean, stable motion for sports and live TV, HDR highlights that don't collapse in sunlight, fast, polished system performance. This TV doesn't flinch when sunlight hits the screen. Reflections soften instead of turning into mirrors. Text stays readable. Score tickers remain sharp. Highlights don't vanish the moment the room brightens. That reliability matters more than spec sheets admit. Real-world advantage? You don't plan your day around your TV. You don't close curtains. You don't wait for night. You just turn it on and it works. Yes, Samsung still refuses Dolby Vision. Yes, launch pricing was aggressive. And no, it's not the most cinematic TV in a dark room. But here's the reality in 2026. At updated pricing, the QN90D earns its place. If your room is bright, your schedule is unpredictable, and you're tired of fighting glare, reflections, and washed-out images, this TV is peace of mind. And sometimes that's worth more than perfect blacks.
Number 2. LG C4 OLED. The cinematic choice that still makes sense. OLED hasn't lost its magic. If anything, it's finally become accessible enough to make sense for real buyers. The LG C4 delivers exactly what people expect when they hear the word cinematic. Perfect blacks with zero glow, infinite contrast that adds depth to every scene, no blooming ever, smooth natural motion, and excellent gaming performance with HDMI 2.1. This is the kind of TV where movies feel deeper, faces look real instead of processed, dark scenes hold detail instead of turning gray. The TV doesn't call attention to itself. It disappears, and the content takes over. LG still leads the industry when it comes to OLED maturity. Their burn-in mitigation is proven, panel consistency is strong, and long-term reliability is better than OLED skeptics want to admit. But let's be honest, OLED still has preferences. OLED still shines best when lighting is controlled, viewing happens mostly at night, movies and series matter more than daytime TV, and you value depth and contrast over raw brightness. This is not the TV you buy for a sun-blasted living room at noon, and it doesn't pretend to be. But if your habits match its strengths, the LG C4 is stunning. At updated 2026 pricing, it lands in a rare sweet spot, true flagship picture quality without flagship-level regret. You're not paying for hype, you're paying for an experience that still feels special every time the lights go down. And that's why the C4 earns this spot.
Number 1. Sony A95L. This is where everything finally comes together. Sony doesn't chase spec sheets. They don't race brightness numbers. They don't design TVs to win 5-minute showroom demos. They chase perception, how the image feels, how motion reads to the human eye, how content looks after hours of viewing, not minutes. The A95L delivers QD OLED contrast with meaningfully higher brightness, industry-leading motion processing that stays natural, the best upscaling in the business, color that looks real, not pushed, shadow detail that doesn't crush or glow. This TV is special because it doesn't rely on perfect content. Bad content looks better, compressed streams clean up, cable TV feels smoother, Sports stay sharp without artificial edge enhancement. Good content looks great, and great content? It looks cinematic in a way that doesn't fatigue your eyes. The A95L doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't oversaturate. It doesn't blind you to prove a point. It earns your trust instead. Motion feels right. Faces look human. Highlights pop without stress. Dark scenes stay detailed without distraction. And here's the real test most TVs fail. After hours of viewing, you don't feel tired. You don't feel the need to tweak settings. You don't second-guess the purchase. 5 years from now, this TV will still feel correct, not outdated, not annoying, not good for its time, just right. That's why it's expensive, that's why it's rare, and that's why, despite all the competition, the Sony A95L earns #1.
Why this list changed in 2026? Because the market didn't pause, and neither did pricing. Prices moved, inventory shifted, new models launched faster than most buyers could even notice. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Waiting didn't help. Timing did. Some TVs didn't magically improve. They didn't get brighter. They didn't get smarter. They just got cheaper and suddenly became smart buys. Others didn't suddenly become bad. They didn't lose performance. They didn't age overnight. They just got replaced and quietly stopped making sense at their old prices. And a few? They turned into traps. Same branding, same shelf placement, same shiny demo loops, but worse value than last year, sometimes by hundreds of dollars. That's why updated advice matters more than hype in 2026. Spec sheets lie by omission. Retail walls don't explain context, and most best TV lists ignore timing completely. This list exists because value is moving fast, and if you're buying with last year's logic, you're already overpaying. Final verdict. The best TV in 2026 isn't the newest, it isn't the flashiest, and it definitely isn't the one screaming the loudest on a retail wall. It's the one that fits your room, lighting, layout, and glare included. Fits your habits, movies, sports, gaming, or all-day viewing. Feels good every single day, not just on day one, and still makes sense years later without regret, stress, or excuses. Specs don't live in your house. Marketing doesn't watch TV with you. Your room does. If this video saved you from a bad purchase, hit like, subscribe for real-world TV advice that actually ages well. Drop a comment with your room setup, viewing habits, and screen size. Check the links in the description for current pricing and deals. And if you want to support the channel directly, Super Thanks is enabled. It genuinely helps keep these deep dive videos coming. Because in 2026, the smartest upgrade isn't buying fast. It isn't chasing hype. It's buying right, once, and enjoying it every day after.